Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unpacking a literal cheat code that is completely reshaping the business world. If you want to not just survive this crazy AI revolution, but actually dominate it, you are absolutely in the right place. We are going to decode the master blueprint to AI automation. Essentially, we're giving you the power to build these incredible digital workers that never sleep, never complain, and just execute complex tasks on pure autopilot.
To really anchor why this matters right now, listen to what billionaire investor Mark Cuban has to say. He points out that the biggest opportunity out there isn't trying to build the next ChatGPT or some massive new foundational model. Nope. The real money is in implementation. It's in helping everyday small to medium businesses who are desperate to use this technology just to survive. But honestly, they have absolutely no idea where to start.
Okay, let's dive into this. We've got a highly reassuring 5-step blueprint to cover today. Number 1, the opportunity. Number 2, what AI automation actually is. 3, the automation assembly line. 4, building a real-world lead qualifier. And finally, number 5, monetizing your new skills.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the opportunity.
Now, if you read the headlines lately, there is a lot of doom and gloom out there, right? I mean, McKinsey is predicting AI could replace up to 50% of work activities by 2030. But let's look at the huge upside here. While companies are cutting traditional roles, they're desperately hunting for AI-literate talent. Someone who can build their own automations can honestly achieve 5 to 10 times the output of someone who doesn't. You automate the tedious, boring work, and suddenly you're free to focus on high-level problem solving. It makes you a completely indispensable asset to any team.
Moving right along to Section 2, what exactly is AI automation? So the term automation itself isn't new at all, but injecting AI into the equation, that changes everything. Old school automation was essentially just a dumb, repetitive assistant. Like, if a form was submitted, it just moved a name to a spreadsheet. There was no thinking involved, just doing. But generative AI automation, that is like putting a V12 engine on a bicycle. These new systems can actually read emails, make complex decisions, solve problems, and write custom responses. It is quite literally human intelligence on demand.
So the crucial point is, how do we cut through all the noise in the AI space? Well, just think of it in 3 simple buckets. First, you've got conversational AI, that's your chatbots and voice agents. Second, AI tools. These perform a very specific task on demand, like generating an image. And third, AI workflow automations. These are your end-to-end sequences. Workflows are the absolute foundation here because a truly great workflow actually combines the other two. It can trigger a tool and then deploy an agent, all without you having to lift a single finger.
Which brings us to Section 3, the automation assembly line. To really wrap your head around how these workflows are built, you can think of them exactly like an automated factory. And every factory needs stations, right? First up is the trigger. That's the whistle that starts the whole line, like receiving a new email. Second is the filter, basically your quality control, checking if that email even matters. Third is the intelligence layer. Imagine a super smart robot analyzing the data and making the tough decisions. Fourth, you have the actions being executed. Fifth is the formatter, which kind of sands down and packages the data perfectly. And finally, the output, your finished, beautifully delivered product.
All right, Section 4, building a lead qualifier.
Let's move from theory into reality and see how this factory model saves businesses just a massive amount of time. Normally, a human sales rep has to check forms, research the leads, pick up the phone to make calls, and then manually write out proposals. It's a huge time sink. But with AI, watch this. A lead submits a form. Immediately, the system sends that straight to Airtable, where an AI prompt evaluates their budget and qualifies them. Then, a Vapapi AI voice agent instantly calls to pitch them. And finally, it drafts and emails a custom PandaDoc proposal. Total human hours spent? Literally 0.
Now you might be wondering, how on earth do you make all these different tools actually talk to each other? Well, they use something called an API. Going back to our factory analogy for a second. A factory can't always do everything itself, right? Sometimes it needs to order outside supplies. An API is simply the official structured order form that platforms like Make.com, Airtable, and OpenAI use to securely ask each other for data and process those requests.
And the language these APIs prefer to use? It's often something called JSON formatting. JSON is basically the ultimate cheat code for our automation. In our lead qualifier example, we use an API to ask OpenAI to go out and research a prospect's company on the web. We package all that deep research up into JSON, and then we inject it directly into the voice agent's brain right before it makes the call.
This means the AI voice on the phone can naturally reference the lead's specific industry and specific needs completely on the fly. It's amazing.
And finally, Section 5, monetizing your skills.
So once you understand how to build these interconnected digital workers, how do you actually turn that into a lucrative business? Well, the good news is you don't have to be some master coder to make money here. You can offer education, literally just teaching overwhelmed business owners what AI actually is. You could offer consulting, analyzing their day-to-day operations to find immediate ways to save them money. Or if you really love the tech side of things, you can offer implementation and actually build out the automations for them.
And this brilliantly illustrates the sheer scale of the opportunity in front of us. Based on market data, for every one person out there offering AI automation services, there are over 1,100 small to medium businesses that desperately need the help. I mean, to put that into perspective, this market is completely untapped. These businesses know they have to adapt to survive, and they're more than willing to pay someone who can step in and guide them. Ultimately, it all comes down to the knowledge gap between you and the rest of the market. Which leads us to a final, pretty provocative question. As this technology continues to rapidly evolve, are you going to sit back and risk being replaced by AI? Or will you step up, master the assembly line, and become the person controlling it? The tools are out there right now, the blueprints are drawn, and the businesses are